folks, Phil Gallagher back with round 3. So again, we're playing with the white-black Eldrazi deck. That is sort of a daily D&T deck, in that we're very much playing the same sort of strategy that D&T would be doing, with a different set of cards. We're currently 1-1, and we ran into some mana trouble last round versus Delver, and promptly died. Opponent's nickname, giving homage to an old, sweet red card. And again, apologies for yesterday. I definitely thought that the match was over. So, my bad for breaking yesterday's video into 2 parts. That doesn't usually happen. Okay. In fact, I think this is the first time I've done that. So I am on the draw with turn 2 small removal spell into good turn 3 and 4 plays. And the hand becomes very good with an Ancient Tomb, Eldrazi Temple, or City of Traders as a draw. Even Chalice of the Void is good. So it's probably okay to keep. My opponent's taking their sweet time over there, so I'm going to see what they've been playing recently. Burn at the end of last year. This is not exactly where I want to be versus Burn. But there's no way that my opponent can be tanking for 2 minutes on whether or not they keep their hand with Burn, right? I don't think so. I lean towards keeping this one because we have 2 draws for this hand to become very good instead of just average. Well, let me rephrase that. We have 2 draws for this hand to become very good instead of slightly below average. That's probably fair. Yeah, I am proven wrong. Opponent did indeed tank for 3 minutes about whether or not to keep their hand. Alright, I've revealed a Thought-Knot Seer. So we'll play Eldrazi Temple in hopes of drawing or getting another land off of Goblin Guide. I think I'm a pretty heavy favorite to win if I do hit the land, but if I don't hit the land, I'm probably pretty close to dead. Eldrazi Displacer. That actually is an okay draw, because that's something that I can play this turn. It's going to trade with the Rift Bolt that my opponent has suspended, or a Lightning Bolt that's in their hand, though. So I'm going to get to play Thought-Knot Seer into Thought-Knot Seer into Ballista or Thalia, which is probably going to be pretty gross. So this will be my opponent's big turn where they can unload their hand and do all sorts of scary things. I actually really love Mox Diamond here. unless my opponent plays Eidolon of the Great Revel. Because the Mox Diamond in play is something Simian Spirit Guide to play Sulfuric Vortex. Simian Spirit Guide burn is pretty darn weird. Exquisite Firecraft my face there is really interesting. So before I play this land, I'm going to play the Thought Knot and get a feel for what's going on the other side of the table. Alright, well, that exact series of cards does certainly explain their hand. So I should, I guess, take the Fire Blast and then not play a land. They have to spike a land in order to play the Exquisite Firecraft, otherwise they just deal 4 to me with Price of Progress, and then I take the other Exquisite Firecraft with the follow-up Thought Knot Seer. This is why I was so happy with Mox Diamond as a draw, by the way. I don't remember if I explicitly said that or not. Oh, that's unfortunate. There are worlds where they will just Exquisite Firecraft my face, though. That's an amazing draw. That's so good. So good. So because they didn't use the Exquisite Firecraft and it's a sorcery, I get to, quote-unquote, get them now. So my opponent can Price of Progress me for 2 damage here, and then I'll take their Exquisite Firecraft. They got super punished for the line they took. Oh wow, they're just going to let it resolve, huh? Yeah, I'll leave you with the Price of Progress and take the Exquisite Firecraft. As long as I hold up this Wasteland and don't play any more damage, any more lands, I have very safely played around this card. So now I have my opponent dead in 2 turns. I would love to draw Plains now. That would probably be my ideal draw. There's 1 in the deck though, so hey, that'll do. And then we have Walking Ballista to potentially finish off my opponent next turn if they chump block with a Goblin Guide to go to exactly 1. I'm not sure that they have any outs. No, they do. Rolling 4 damage spell, chump block into 4 damage spell is an out. I think I want to play this pre-combat. It just helps eliminate shenanigans that would involve, like, chump blocking off and then removing a Thought-Knot Seer. My opponent would need more cards than they have to kill me at this point, because I've constrained them on mana. Alright. Good stuff. So what do we have versus Burn? Or what do we not want versus Burn, is another way to look at it. So we probably want Disenchant for Eidolon, potentially Bridge, Sulfuric Vortex. I probably want Source of Plowshares. Thorns and Cast Outs are possibilities. Thorns definitely better on the play, though. I don't think Walking Ballista is very good. I don't think Containment Priest is very good. I'm probably keeping Containment Priest just as something that can trade with one of their creatures. But, like, Walking Ballista is only good when you get up to, like, X equals 4. Or, sorry, X equals 2, 4 mana. And at 4 mana, I'd rather be, like, Thought-Knot Searing a huge majority of the time, I think. Thali Heretic Cathar is also kind of whatever. So I could play 2 more disruptive spells in place of that and be okay with it. Palace Jailer is a little weird. Like, removing the threat is good, but if they become the Monarch, life is rough. But I do like it that it's a 4 mana removal spell, so it doesn't run into trouble with Eidolon. We'll try running this and see if I need to adjust anything. Yep. 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 How quickly am I playing this game? This is a really hard turn. Because, like, I think Plains Go is an okay line. I think City Thorn and City Chalice are both okay lines, too. Like, I can play Thorn into Thalia and just bring my opponent's game to an absolute crawl. I'll lose the city for doing it, but I think I'm going to lose this city just about any way that I sequence this game. Unless I wait 2 turns to play it. My cards are so good. I think I really like Thorn into Thalia. This makes it so that my opponent just doesn't get an easy Smash to Smithereens on curve. And it'll make it so they have to have 3 mana in order to remove the Thalia, and that should buy me time to, like, get into Thought-Knots here. It's most awkward if my opponent has another creature here. So my opponent is not doing anything if they don't have a third land. And given how few lands Burn has, I like putting them in that position. And if they just have like a removal spell for this Thalia, I get to repeat next turn. I can't really block here. It's really awkward that my opponent didn't remove the Thalia. That's kind of what I wanted them to do, so that I could use my mana this turn to replay another Thalia. That's unfortunate. Well, is it? No, it's probably unfortunate. But I would be very happy to draw like a soul land here. Nice. Kind of. It's definitely still spooky. Am I willing to go to 5 to put the Thought-Knot Seer-sized body into play, or do I just want to play Thalia Heretic Cathar? I don't have life gain options. This is tough. So by playing the Thought-Knot Seer, I may take a card that is worth far more than 2 damage, and I stabilize the board. I'm going to do it. But this is definitely slightly questionable. Not great for me. So my opponent can cast the Bolt right now. Price of Progress is worth 4 damage, Smash is worth 3 damage. I should probably take the thing that they can cast right now. And I hold the board. I'm kind of confused about what this is. Are they just going to take Price of Progress before I can wasteland myself and put me to 1? Like, that seems like a fine line. So they can smash my Thorn. All right, I think I'm dead one way or another. Like, there's lines where I can try to take that involves like casting a Chalice of the Void on X equals 2, but they just respond to that, and then I'm dead. So I think we can go ahead and pack it in here. And is there anything I want to do differently when I'm on the play here? I've not seen a target for my disenchant yet, but they've got to be in there. At least they don't have to be, because my opponent is playing a bunch of exquisite firecrafts. But I do think we win most of the games where we curve out the way that we did that time. This is turn 1 Thorn and Thalia. I legitimately do not know in which worlds I can lose. So non-creature spells cost 2 more to cast, so we have to do this one first. So like basically as long as I draw spells at some point this game, we should be done here. Opponent's build, I guess, makes a little more sense now. They have these extra prowess creatures. That's how they're getting their damage in. Simian Spirit Guide. So I guess I'll just kill their Soulscour Mage. That was cool. That goes on the list of things I've never done before. So real talk, do I put this on 1 or 2? 2 stops, Price of Progress, Smash, the Eidolon. There's more things on 1 that I care about, but the ones for 2 mana are very strong. I think I'm going to just eliminate my opponent's removal spells. And this doesn't cause me to tap my Ancient Tomb. I also don't know that they have the 3rd land, or I guess Simian Spirit Guide as these games have been going. So I'll just pass and not play that out. Alright, so I've probably stuck them on some number of cards here. I'm fine playing that out because that doesn't like change Price of Progress math. I don't even know that I would respond to a Price of Progress if my opponent cast one. I'm okay with that. But again, I do need to draw spells that do things this match. I casting this on 1 again? Yeah, I think they're going to have a greater number of 1-drops than 2-drops. So I am good with this. This does eliminate the out of Swords to Plowshare. No, Swords to Plowshare is my own creature, is already not an out. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Alright. Smash the Chalice, sure. I probably need to play that. So the question is, like, am I playing my land as well? I don't think so. Okay, so I died to Fire Blast. That's super frustrating. I opted to not play around the 2-drops, and my opponent drew mono 2-drops, while I drew just more chalices that they then, like, smashed. That was super frustrating. Like, we lost to Simian Spirit Guide. I'm not even kidding. My opponent being able to cast that first spell and remove the Thalia absolutely broke serve, and now I die to Sulfuric Vortex on my upkeep. That is beyond tilting. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow.